All right, so now this is gonna be crazy. We're gonna build some levees and we're gonna test if they can hold back water or if they fail. So here we go. All right, so Eli and I built a sand levee, and you can see the sand levee in here. So we've got our sand levee built and we're gonna test it out here. So you can see this levee is really tall, right? You can see it's above Snoopy's head a ways, right? It's a pretty tall levee and it's really steep. You see those yellow lines? Man, it's almost straight up and down. So this isn't a very strong levee, and we're gonna test this out and see if it can hold up against water, and if it fails, sort of how it might fail. Uh-oh, it's washed over the levee. Oh, we gotta get people out. Adam's gotta get people out of here. Batman, get everybody out. Snoopy! That's the most important thing. All right, so the first time we tested this levee, it failed. And actually what happened is water started flowing into the levee and it was soaking it up like a sponge. And as the water was flowing into the levee, it made it weak and it just collapsed. Okay, we're gonna watch it in silent mode. So our first try with the levee failed, so we rebuilt the area that had failed and we tried it again. So we started running water into it, and this time water started running through the levee again, but this time it came flowing through the levee and actually created a hole in the levee, and water started washing through that hole and made it bigger and bigger. And so that's called piping. So let's watch that in silent mode. All right, so the second time our levee failed again, so we rebuilt it again, and this time we tried it for a third time, but this time we shot water right at the levee. So if the river's flowing really fast, it can flow at the levee and hit the levee, and it can actually pick up parts of sand in the levee material and carry it away, and it ate all the way through the levee and caused it to fail. So after 3 times of learning from the levee failing, Eli and I decided we'd build a levee that we thought could hold up against the flood. So you can see here we have a bigger levee, right? You can see the top is wider and you can see those mild slopes that show there. Also, look, can you see where it says rock there? We actually put some rock on the river side. So if that fast flowing water hits the levee, that it wouldn't eat away at the levee and cause it to fail. So we tested out this levee and it held up well. So we're going to talk about it a little bit here. You can see nice top width here. This one's out of sand too, and you can see how mild the slope is here. And this water has been in here, so it's almost been to the top for a while, hasn't it? And it's been holding up really nice. And what do we do here, Eli?
We put rocks so it wouldn't wash away the sand.
All right, so the last levee we built was a clay levee, and we've already got water all the way up to the top here. So you can see over the top of everybody, and it's holding out pretty well. You can see it's a little smaller than the sand levee, right? Because it's that sticky dirt. Sticky dirt, it holds up a little better, but clay levees can have the same issues sometimes as sand levees, like erosion, water eroding it away. Sometimes they're just weigh so much that they can just fall into the river too. So I didn't know how to design those levees too. This clay levee looks like it's holding up pretty good, right? All right, so that clay levee's holding out great. Even the angleworm loves it. Don't be digging in the levee, angleworm. so it's doing great. It's holding water to the top and really reduces the chances of these people flooding here. But what if you have a really extreme water event? You know what Em would do? She would listen to Noah, and Noah might say, it's gonna come up some more. Em's like, oh man, we gotta get people out of here. All right, so let's see what it might look like if a levee overtops. Here we go. All right, so now we're gonna build a flood wall and test it out. So you can see here, remember how we talked about most levees are made out of earth. So you can see here, there's an earthen levee and it comes up and it's gonna tie into this flood wall. We call these wing walls because they sort of tie in there. But here's our flood wall. We're gonna test it out, aren't we, Eli? See if this thing holds up. So this is an eye wall, right?
I don't know what yeah, I hope the teddy bears don't have their picnic today.
I don't know, are they having their picnic? All right, here we go. Okay, so usually when you put in an eye wall, you're just gonna take a huge crane and you're gonna drop a slammer on it, right? So go pretty light though, not too heavy. We'll put it in a little ways. Let's go a little bit more. All right, well, we didn't get the flood wall very deep in the wall, but let's test it out, see how it does. The flood wall filled there mustn't have been deep enough. Let's try it again. All right, so we drove that in a little deeper and got her nice and stable in there so it's not falling over and that flood wall is holding well, right? Well, thanks for testing out levees with us and learning how levees can fail and how we can build strong levees.